And how many of you non-Telugu speakers here? Can I stick to Telugu or English? Okay, we'll mix it up. No, hold on. We'll mix it up. I think we'll mix it up. Thank you. I think a lot of non-Telugu speakers as well. So, firstly, Rajiv, it's a huge pleasure, honored, and truly delighted to be a part of your success story. While I had nothing to do with your success, I think it's an absolute honor to be on the stage with the creator of somebody as iconic as Chota Bheem. Would you want to give the bouquets or bouquets?
They are waiting. The young GGNs are waiting to give you all bouquet.
I think you missed that bit in your...
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
She's,
much.
Thank you, girls. Thank you so much.
she's an upcoming tennis player. She's doing extremely well. His daughter.
Oh.
And this is Sachi, this is Sameer's daughter.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you.
They are actually the true fans of Chota Bheem over here. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
No, not at all. मैंने कोई बैठो यार, better.
Please, no, I will.
Okay, so going back to what I was saying, in fact, the question I had in mind when I was watching Chota Bheem and I was told this is the 10th anniversary or 10th birthday of Chota Bheem, you know, I wanted to be cute and I wanted to ask you, when is this guy going to grow up? You know, Chota Bheem can't be Chota Bheem after 10 years, right? But then I saw the whole thing. I saw your vision about future. I saw your vision for future. I saw that you were all actually going to make a foray into China, not just the rest of the world, but also into China. In fact, that reminded me of something I've heard some time back. You know, when a person grows up, you know, when you grow up into an adult, like yourself, me, you know, Sameer or Srinivas, more often than not, we get asked this question, you know, kya banna hai bade hoke? What do you want to be when you grow up? You say a lot of things. I want to be a doctor. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a scientist. I want to be an IAS officer. By the way, nobody says I want to be a politician. That's a different thing. But a lot of times you hear that from children, right? But eventually when you grow up, and eventually when you have to live with the reality of adulthood, the reality of being, you know, mainstream of the population, etc., etc., and when you get a question like that today, you know, when somebody comes up to you and says, what do you want to be? More often than not, you say, I want to be a child again. You know what I mean? You really want to go back to those memories, those early days, you know, of having an amazing time without really being burdened by many things. Today when I was actually watching, you know, the entire clip of how you started off, I've also noticed, I must tell you guys who have created Chota Bheem in 2001, 2003, 2004, initially Bheem was a little chubby, but I think then he went on to some diet, and then he became, you know, the stylish guy that he is today. So truly an amazing achievement, Rajiv. Not only have you created a brand that transcends the languages, the religions, the various barriers that divide us as in India, but I think now you've truly captured global imagination. I'm pretty confident that Chota Bheem in his new avatar, Super Bheem or Mighty Little Bheem or whatever else you're christening him as, he's going to do amazingly well. And in fact, I was just telling him, the merchandising, the other things that, you know, normally go with the creation of a brand, I'm sure all of that is going to happen and all of that is going to take you to next level. But I think what would be truly an honor would be today we look up to Disney. We look up to many other studios across the world, DreamWorks and many other studios across the world. In fact, when I was in LA, I met Katzenberg and I also met the Disney guys. I met several of them. You know, what would be an honor, what would be truly a redefining moment for Indian animation industry would be when someone like you, someone in the Indian industry can take it upon yourself to build India's own DreamWorks, to build India's own Disney, not just one character, not just one entity, not just one series, but I think truly coming out with our own product, or studio, which can literally take on the Hollywood, which can literally take on the big, huge animation industry across the world. I think that is when we can say that we truly have made the mark of an Indian animation industry on the world footprint. I think you have the ability to do it, Rajiv. I can tell you from, because when I walked in, I told Srinivas that my children, in fact, are no exception. They're all fans of Chota Bheem. And I inevitably, because the zapper is always in their hands, you inevitably end up watching some of Chota Bheem yourself. So I know all the characters, by the way. Kalia, is my favorite, by the way. Raju, Chutki. I know all the characters. I don't remember the Bandar's name. Jaggu, right. So I know all the characters' name, and I'm pretty confident. If you're able to not only capture the imagination of children, but also the fact that, like you said, it's a family show where parents are also happily, today we don't really know. As parents, our parents of young children, I have a son who is 12 and I have a daughter who is 9. So I'm always worried about the content they're watching on YouTube, the content they're watching online, the content they get to watch on TV as well. Of late, even watching news channels has become a peril. You know what I mean? So I'm super thrilled that you've come out with a show, come out with a character, which lets the parents also, leave their kids in comfort, and which also gives us a lot of hope for future, that you will continue to build on your good work. And to add to your efforts, the government of Telangana is also coming out with something which is truly world class. We are coming out with our own image tower. Image stands for innovation in animation, media, multimedia, animation, gaming and entertainment. This will be India's largest and possibly one of the few in the world in terms of its size. It is going to be a 1.6 million square foot of space. And I will send across, in fact, I should have showcased it here. That would have been a good opportunity. But it is going to be possibly one of the largest in the world in terms of its size. And I do hope, like I said, we will be able to come out with our own DreamWorks, our own Disney, our own Green Gold, possibly leading from the front, would be one of those largest efforts in the world. So my good wishes to you and your entire team. We're proud of the fact that Green Gold is based in Hyderabad. You can continue to grow and you can possibly continue to add more offices, but you'll always be a Hyderabad startup and a Hyderabad animation company. And I do hope that, you continue to grow and continue to improve and increase your output, high quality output, I must say. My compliments to the entire family of Green Gold, and keep rocking. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational words. It would be wonderful if Mr. Samir can add on.
Hi, Green Gold, good evening. How do we thank such a rocking young minister? Come on, make some noise, thank him. Thank you, sir. We have a dream. The dream has just started. These 10 years can be related to 1 year. It's been a very painful journey, but yes, we have reached here. And with your support, we promise you that we will be Disney of India very, very soon. Thank you.
Mr. Srinivas.
I had one request to make. I forgot to make one request. I normally wear handlooms on a Monday. Today is a Monday. I'm wearing a handloom shirt. I request Rajiv to also make sure that 700 of your employees in Green Gold, Hyderabad, I request you to also make sure that they get onto this, get onto this idea. And that is going to help thousands of weavers, handloom weavers across our state. So I request you, and also your merchandise that you do. If you could also support it, I'll be grateful. Thank you.
For being today a part of this celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a huge round of applause for Mr. KT Ramarao Garu for being a part of this 10-year celebrations of Chota Bheem. And along with this portrait, no celebration would ever be complete, especially a happy birthday without a cake.
వీడియో నచ్చిందా? అయితే ఓ లైక్ వేసుకోండి, లేదంటే ఓ కామెంట్ చేయండి. ఎప్పటికప్పుడు మా వీడియోస్ చూడాలంటే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి.